Perplex 84, Cerebral Cortex Reviews. How you feeling? Yeah, I'm not as hype as my normal self. I'm not as bubbly as I normally am. But today's video isn't based off hypeness. It's more so based off of concern. Specifically, a concern with the gaming industry right now. A lot of us gamers believe that the gaming industry has become stagnant. Some even say complacent. Yes, Nintendo is selling well. Sony is selling well. Microsoft is selling well. However, a lot of talks I have with fellow gamers, they're saying that the gaming has become boring and they're not giving us what we want. Let's get into it. Listen, let's talk specifics. How long have we been asking for Persona 1, Persona 2, and Persona 3 to get a remake and put on modern day consoles? They gave us a remake, but it's not what we've asked for. Yes, we're probably going to go out and buy it just to show that support for Sega, just to show that support for Atlas, just to show that support for Persona. However, it wasn't what we asked for. They gave us Persona 4 Golden, which this is probably the third or fourth Persona 4 rendition they've done. They gave us Persona 3 Portable. No one asked for that. It's the most limited versions of Persona, the portable versions. And they gave us Royale. A lot of us have already played Royale, or Royal, as you guys may say. We want to get that true experience. Some of us want to know the true root of where the series started. In fact, a lot of us do. That's why a lot of people, fellow gamers such as you and I, have been asking for Persona 1, 2, and 3. Especially 3. I started off in the series playing 3. And it was an epic game, an epic experience. It was dark. It was serious. It had the social in-depths that was so deep that it just embraced you into the characters and embraced you into the story and embraced you into the gameplay. They had gun violence. They had blood, gore. No foolery. I think the Persona series, going into another topic on that, has become Scooby-Doo. It's based off mystery. It's really bubbly. It's really, it seems like it's more been watered down for kids, as I may say. I'm used to the blood and guts, the deep, dark mystery, the gun violence, the Shin Megami Tensei history that we all know and love. And I'm afraid when they come out with the new Persona 6, it will not bring the smoke. It will not bring that fire that we used to having from the people who started off playing games like Persona 3. We have to get better. These developers have to get better in giving us what we ask for, because we are the consumer. We are the gamers. We are the ones that's putting the money into these accounts of these companies, and they feel like they want to give us what we want. Another beloved series to me that I love, the Donkey Kong series. Nintendo haven't given us a Donkey Kong game in many years. Tropical Freeze was the last one. And I'm not talking about the one that came out on Nintendo Switch. I'm talking about the one that came out on the Wii U. That's where the game originated from. It's just the Switch version is just a port that came over from the Wii U. Epic game. But it came out 5, 6, 7 years ago. A very long time ago. And us gamers has been demanding Nintendo to give us another Donkey Kong game on modern platform, such as the Nintendo Switch. They didn't give it to us. And then when they do give it to us, it's going to be probably the same game as Tropical Freeze. Why not revisit your 3D roots? And Nintendo did drop a 3D Donkey Kong game. A lot of you real gamers remember Donkey Kong 64 on the Nintendo 64. That was a cool game. Nintendo can flip-flop and come out with multiple Donkey Kong games. They can come out with the 2D one to appease those fans, come out with the 3D ones and appease those fans. But nope, they're not listening to the gamers. Pokemon, another awesome series that people that I know and love to play. and most of the world love to play. Where's the voice acting? A lot of us has been asking for voice acting for many years. How do you not have voice acting in Pokemon games at this point, and it's been out for 25 years? How do you not have voice acting in Pokemon games at this point, and you have voice acting on the anime? You have Japanese English, you have Japanese dubs on the anime. You have English dub that came over here to the United States. You can't use those same voice actors? I mean, I'm not understanding what's the issue with Nintendo on that. Let's continue with Nintendo. Look at the eShop. The Switch eShop. Matter of fact, specifically, let's look at the virtual console that they're supposed to have. They call it the Nintendo Switch Online. That is supposed to have everything now. There's no way a previous console is supposed to have more content than your current console. Look at the Wii U eShop. They have everything. They have the virtual console, man. They have hundreds of games. They have Nintendo 64. They have SNES. They have NES. They have Game Boy Advance. They even have DS. I'm not understanding. How did the Switch only have, they added Genesis. That's not even a company. You add a Sega product, which I love Sega. You add Sega content on your online service and not add Game Boy Advance. Us gamers has been asking for Game Boy Advance games on the Switch since the Switch came out. No DS. At this point, Nintendo is supposed to blow this whole catalog open. On the Switch, they're supposed to have 3DS at this point. Everything. SNES, NES, hundreds of games now. But we have to now, and they kick it to us even further. They kick us in the chest even further. They're saying, okay, yes, we have more content on our previous console, but we're also going to close that down as well. Why are you closing it down? Are you going to finally give us this, what we've been asking for? The Switch has been out for over 5 years now. Most of us are saying they're supposed to have that thing blew wide open by year 2. And when I mean blew wide open, I mean every game on the Wii U, as far as on that eShop, was supposed to be on the Switch. We supposed to have NES, SNES, Game Boy Advance, DS, 3DS, Wii U. We were supposed to be able to just download everything on that thing. Nintendo have the catalog far better than Microsoft and Sony. But they're not listening to the gamers. It caught up with them with the Wii U. Nintendo has been the kings of gaming for a very long time. And they got comfortable. But like I said a few seconds ago, it caught up with them with the Wii U because the Wii U didn't sell worth a squat. Because they made all these promises with these games, but they never delivered. So people say, hey, I'm not going to buy the console. And a lot of those gamers, I believe, went over to Sony. Yes, those Nintendo gamers went over to Sony because the PS4 sold well over 110 million units. That's a milestone for gaming. That's a good thing, but developers aren't giving us what we want. Sony, they're taking games away as well. They're upping the price on their content. The games are $70. They totally, they don't have a good, as far as return policies. You download the game, you're stuck with it. How can a PC company such as Steam give you a better refund policy than a multi-billion-dollar console company? And just multimedia companies such as Sony. Why are they charging us $70 as if they're not making enough money? People are going to buy Sony products. People are going to buy it. We have to get back to gamers getting what they want. Because we are Nintendo. We are Sony. We are Microsoft. Without us buying the products, they wouldn't be around. I'm afraid that in 20 years from now, where's the gaming industry going to be at? Remember, the gaming industry almost died in the 80s. Atari, Kept coming up with the same stagnant products, kept milking the Pac-Man thing and Galaga and all that stuff. And gamers said, we've seen this before. You're not giving us innovation like we asked for. I'm getting bored of it. The game industry is about to die. If it wasn't for Nintendo coming in, they saved the game industry. They did. Look at the documentary and the history on that. But that's your boy Perplexed. And I'm just talking about it. And I'm going to keep moving on. Look at it. Xenoblade Chronicles. They're selling a lot of games. But they could sell so much more. Because look at the gameplay style. The gameplay style isn't catered to a person that likes to just pick up a game and play. The gameplay style is only bare bones to the people who are used to Xenoblade games. It's very busy, it's very complicated, and it's very complex. If you look at the gameplay style on the screen, it's stuff everywhere, different moves everywhere, and then that auto attack is a big turnoff, not only for me, but a lot of people. I'm not being picky, but it just... auto attack meaning that, for people who don't understand what I'm saying, that if you're not pushing the button, the character is still attacking and still attacking. And you got a selection of buttons at the bottom that you select, and they'll do a special move. A lot of people want to have that control over their character. If I can put the controller down and my character is still playing, what entertainment is that? Am I getting the same thrill as if I'm playing? Yeah, you might as well make it a turn-based game or an action game, action-based JRPG, or make it both. Give us multiple modes. Nintendo, Monolith Software, they got the capabilities to put multiple gameplay styles in that game. Give you the option in the menu screen. Boom, go ahead and select action RPG style, where you push the button and your character gonna do the attack as much as you pushing the button, like Tales of series. Or turn-based style for slower-based gamers, such as like the Dragon Quest series, where you select attack, you select magic, you select whatever. They should make it either or. And that will not only appease to Xenoblade fans, but the normal person that want to get into the series, they'll be able to get into the series. Voice acting, let's go back to that. Let's move on to, let's say, Piece Odyssey. I'm afraid for that game. I'm anticipating that game, don't get me wrong. I'm so hyped, ready for that game to come out. But I'm afraid it won't have English dub. A lot of us are anime fans in different ways. A lot of us watch the English subs, meaning just Japanese voice acting. And it stems from Japan, I understand. So a lot of us want to watch it in their bare bones, grassroots way. But some of us want to hear the English voices, especially when the anime is English voices. How come at this point they don't have English voices in the One Piece games? They've been out for a very long time. They're on mobile, they're on consoles, they're on PC. They got an epic RPG coming out, One Piece Odyssey. And I have a feeling it's not going to be English voice acting. You can sell, they're going to sell. But they're going to cripple themselves in the sales. Because now you're cutting off the person who don't want to do so much reading. They're cutting off the person that want to do that direct voice acting, to get that connection with the voices. English voice acting is the only way to do that. Companies are not giving us what we want. Dragon Quest, Echoes of the Elusive Age, the latest one. Great RPG. But some of us are saying they didn't take any kind of leaps. It was kind of boring. They need to make Dragon Quest a little more energetic. I think it's time for Square Enix to go in a different direction when it comes to the next Dragon Quest game. Dragon Quest needs to stay the same in terms of like its main formula. But like what the Tales of series did last year, they took a major leap. A major leap in story, a major leap in gameplay, a major leap in progression, development, everything. Dragon Quest needs to take that leap, because I'm afraid that if they drop the next Dragon Quest and it's like Dragon Quest 11, it may struggle. Because when you got whispers, people saying, hey, you know, it was a fun game, a very long epic RPG, but it was a slight bit boring though. It was boring. And I remember playing Dragon Quest VIII, Cursed King. The game wasn't boring at all. I could pick that game up right now. It wasn't boring at all. Square Enix got to give us what they're capable of giving us. Fire Emblem. The last Fire Emblem, Three Houses. I'm not talking about Three Hopes, the Muso game. I'm talking about Three Houses. It was a little bit boring because it's too drawn out. Go and do some fishing and go and talk to people and teach a class. And I don't want to do all that social buffoonery. That's not Dragon Quest. I mean, that's not, I can't give up words. I apologize, guys. That's not Fire Emblem. That sounds like another series that I love, Persona. I'm okay with doing that with Persona games because that's what they have in all their games. I'm used to it with that. But when I play a Fire Emblem game, I want to get that. Get on the battlefield, do some conquests, go to the convoy, give me some axes, give me some swords, slight dialogue with other characters, get back into the battle, into the story. I don't want to teach. I don't want to go fishing. I'll play Story of Seasons or something for that. Fire Emblem, I want something else. Be Fire Emblem and Fire Emblem only. I actually bought Three Houses 2 times. I took it back, traded it in. I actually picked up Fire Emblem's Echoes, a game that came out on 3DS, because I got more out of that. The voice acting was superb. Play Fire Emblem Echoes. The voice acting was superb. The gameplay progression was superb. None of that intermediate stuff such as like social links and teaching classes. None of that. It was Fire Emblem to its fullest extent. Echoes, play it. I pray that Nintendo comes out with that on the Switch. Finally, what are we going to do about the Switch Pro? Nintendo need to give us the Switch Pro soon, because I'm afraid that the developers are going to get too exhausted from trying to just develop a game specifically for the Switch, because now the gap in power between the Switch and the new consoles that just came out is too high, man. It's too much. They can't just port over like the same formula from the Xbox version, Series X, and the PS5, and port over to the Switch version, because the gap is too high now. I got the feeling they're gonna just say nah, because we're not gonna remake the game. When they come out with the Switch in 4K, which they need to be doing it. They need to do it, or people are gonna stop supporting it. Once the developers leave, hey, what do you have besides your first parties? Nintendo had plenty of first parties on the Wii U, but you see how it sold. I want the Switch and the other Nintendo consoles to come out after it to be amazing. I don't want the Switch to become stagnant. The stagnation leads to the next generation as well. It's your boy Perplex. The gaming industry is in trouble, but they can get much better if they listen to the consumer. Thank you for subscribing. Stay hype.